Alright, Shalom. Before I get started, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechach Wadash. Double honor to the elders apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and who are the true leaders of Israel today. Also, like to start with Elder Pastor Tahar on down. I also like to give double honor to the head and the elder of the Man of Israel camp, the Chazak, whom I teach under down here in Greenville, South Carolina. Alright. And I also like to give another shout out to you sincere Akim, you brothers out there that's pushing this word and this truth in all sincerity and righteousness in these last days. Alright, to y'all, I'd like to say shalom. Alright, I'm coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Rashad. Alright, with another exhortation video. And Lord willing, this video will be found edifying. Alright, to you Akim and brothers, you and you few sisters, you out wath. Alright, that's tuning in. Pretty much I want to come back and do a lesson on this video. Alright, that's been suffering on TikTok. Well, really all over, all over through social media. Really, I know everybody been talking about it, but I seen it recently on TikTok. Now, I didn't see it I myself, but I mean, although I didn't see it myself, I just been seeing people talk about it, because if you haven't saw recently, this was like 2 days ago. YouTube was down. I don't know how many hours or whatever, but YouTube was down, man. And people was pretty much wondering like what the hell is going on, why they thought it was just their YouTube, and then they realized like everybody YouTube was just messing up, and YouTube is a big platform, man. All right. And because a lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people makes a lot of money just off of YouTube, man. A lot of businesses use YouTube, a lot of companies use YouTube, a lot of streamers, so forth. So when YouTube was down, they was confounded, man. They was looking stupid, and you had people, wondering like what the hell is going on, man. Like I said, personally, I myself, I didn't see it, happen. I guess I didn't click on YouTube when it happened. I must was at work or whatever, but it was down. So I'm gonna play this clip of this Jake talking about the situation, because when I seen this, instantly I thought, and I know brothers could say the same thing as well. They saw it. Hey, man, the famine of the word coming. That's why, because I don't give a fuck about YouTube. Only reason I got YouTube is push videos, man. Do videos, do lessons so that she could be edifying, and watch videos I myself. I may watch YouTube just to, on spare time or whatever, but the main reason we use YouTube is to push the word, man. And when I saw, and brothers, saw this happen, they instantly, I seen one brother did a video on the YouTube situation as well. But when we see things like this, man, hey, we instantly think famine of the word, So I'm gonna play this clip of this Jake talking about the situation.
I wasn't fucking tweaking. I thought it was just my phone or my internet. Did you know that YouTube is currently down? Over 122 million people use YouTube per day. And if you think I'm lying, right after this video, click off this shit and try to go to your YouTube. That shit gonna pop up something like this. Like, bro, this is where I get a lot of my entertainment from. I love going on YouTube. Shit, definitely a crazy situation though, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments. How long y'all think YouTube gonna be down? Me, I feel like this shit finna be up within the next hour or two. Bro, I knew I wasn't fucking tweaking. I thought
You see? YouTube was down. Like I said, I don't know how long it was down for, but it was down. And people, you like, damn, because a lot of people use YouTube for what? Entertainment, like the Jay said. He watch YouTube for entertainment, man. But when YouTube is gone, then what? What you got then? Because you got to understand, man, a lot of these, social platforms, a lot of them are going to be do away because of the word, man. This word is being preached through every social media there is, man. You got brothers that's, posting truth on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. Twitter, well, shit called X now, but the word is being pushed through all social medias, man. You know, about Jake's being the Hebrew Israelites. That's the main reason they want to do away with the platforms, man. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, I forgot who it was, but it was an Edomite. You know, and one of his quotes was, "The worst thing we could have did was made the internet." Roughly paraphrasing what he said, because this word, I mean, this man created the internet, all right, but not knowing it was going to be part of the internet was going to be part of his downfall, man. Because this word is being preached, all right, through the internet. You see? So I'm gonna get some scriptures, you know, going into the famine of the word, man, because that's what's happening. The famine, all right. Let me get the regular Bible. I believe that's Amos. I believe that's Amos chapter 9. Might be 8. Yeah, this is the book of Amos, all right, chapter 8 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come." See, those days that's coming is now. You know, it's about to happen. So it says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water." Although yes, you know, an actual famine of bread and water is going to happen. But this is talking about another famine, all right? Because this famine that it's talking about is the word, all right? Because this word is like food, you know? It's spiritual food to nourish us, man, you know? So this is spiritual food, all right? That's about to be a famine. It says, "I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua." So the Lord is about to put an end, you know, to his word being preached through the internet. You know, and that's the prophets. Only the prophets is pushing the word through the internet. You know, correctly at that. You know, so it's gonna come a point in time where you're not gonna see brothers, you know, videos on YouTube or Instagram, you know, Snapchat, whatever. You know. You're not gonna see brothers' videos uploaded. You know, you're not gonna see brothers' videos on the internet real soon, man. You saw gonna do away with brothers' videos. It's even coming to points of time, brothers starting to notice certain videos getting taken down. You know, that they did years ago. You know, some brothers will go back and, you know, try to find a video that they did and can't find it. It get deleted. I myself witnessed that. You know, Esau took a video down, and the only reason I realized because Esau, I think he notified me. I forgot how it happened, but I remember it happened. You know, I forgot how the hell it happened, but it was a video that got taken down. You know, and I was, you know, shook. You know, other brothers, you know, could say the same thing. I forgot how it happened, but you know, I remember, you know, one of my videos getting taken down. You know. So ain't no telling what this man was doing, all right, when he had the internet down, when he had YouTube down. Cause if I'm not mistaken, YouTube is controlled by Google. All right, Google owns YouTube. You know, and 9 times out of 10, you know, what he probably was doing was probably deleting certain brothers' videos. All right, and got it where they can't say certain things. It'll pick up. If they say this word, if they say that word, it'll automatically delete or detach, you know, what they saying. Might block it out. You know, ain't no telling what Esau was doing when he had YouTube shut down, man. You know? But like I said, man, it's about to be a famine of the word, whether if y'all want to believe it or not. Verse 12, it says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, and should not find it." Yeah, you niggas gonna be looking to hear the words of Yahweh Shai when everything hit the fan, but it's gonna be too late. You see, it's gonna be too late to hear the words of Yahweh Shai. Because y'all niggas want to get right when something detrimental happen. You know, like when the C99, you know, bullshit happened. That's when you had niggas starting to pick up Bibles. You know, I myself, I was one of those guys. But guess what? The Lord brought me in truth. That's the difference, you know. But, cause you know, Jake ain't had shit else to do, so Jake was just strolling on TikTok all motherfucking day. Cause that's around the time TikTok started to got the, you know, jumping. You know, it got the, you know, it was doing this big one, you know, and you know, I was seeing videos on how we the Hebrew Israelites, and since then, hey, I've been in truth. You know, the water it happened that way. Hey, it happened. You know, although like I said, most Jakes, you know, they only pick up Bible when something detrimental happened. You know, hey, Lord willing, the Lord brought me in truth that way. You know, unfortunately, the Lord don't do that for every, you know, brother. So, like the scripture said in verse 12, you know, they're gonna wander from sea to sea, basically meaning they're gonna be trying to search for the word. You know, they're gonna be seeing certain things happen that they never seen before. You know, and they're gonna be trying to look for the prophets. We remember when y'all was teaching this. We remember when y'all was saying this. You know, but it's gonna be too late. You see, it says. And they should not find it. You see, y'all not gonna be able to look up those videos on YouTube. They're gonna be they're gonna be searching up the Hebrew Israelites. What do this mean? The Hebrew Israelites famine. Hebrew Israelites pestilence. Hebrew Israelites Yahweh Shai. Hey man, I ain't gonna find it. Yahweh Shai gonna have it off the internet because he don't want. It's too late. The doors of mercy is closing. You know. The doors of mercy are closing, man. Matter of fact, what's that scripture? Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. And even if y'all do find the prophets, right? Even if y'all do find the prophets, guess what? If y'all don't want them to speak to y'all, guess what? Our mouth's gonna be closed. You know, now don't get me wrong, the Lord will have mercy on the individual who He wants to, and we may break bread with you. You know, we may preach the word and tell you what certain things mean, but that's up to the Lord. You see, because the Lord speaks through what? His man. So hey, that's up to Him if He want us to speak, because He speaks through us. You know. But anyway, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. It says, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou should be dumb, and should not be able, Salah, and should not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. You see? So the Lord said pretty much He's going to shut our mouths. You know? If He don't want us to preach the word to y'all, He going to shut our mouths. Because like I said, the YouTube gonna be shut down, so they're gonna be searching for the word. It may end up running into a prophet or a man of the Lord, man. You know, but it's up to the Lord. It's up to the Lord if He want that individual to speak to you. You know, if not, like He said, He gonna make His tongue to cleave to the roof of His mouth. And what it said, that thou should be dumb. Meaning we ain't gonna tell you shit. We're gonna tell you, I don't know. Although we do know. You know? It's up to the Lord. Because you been out here bullshitting when you could have been, you know, seeking His word. You got a lot of niggas that know that they're Israelites. And they just say they're Israelites, but they ain't in the word for real. But then when shit hit the fan, that's when they're gonna be trying to, you know, get the word. But it's gonna be too late. You know? That's why I'm gonna get this precept right here. This is the book of Isaiah. I believe that's in 55. Isaiah 55 and verse 6. And it says, seek ye the Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah, while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. You see, the Lord says, seek him while he may be found. It ain't actually talking about, trying to find him and seek him and look for him in the heavens. No. What it means is, seek him through his man. Because like I said earlier, he speak through what? His man. He speak through man. It's elect. So you gotta seek the prophets while you can now. Because like I said, the prophets, our videos ain't gonna be out there much longer. And we ain't gonna be on the highways and byways much longer, man. So it's up to you if you wanna, get the word. Because like I said, once this YouTube and these other platforms shut down and the prophets out the scene, and happen to be you run into a prophet, and man, that's up to the Lord. But the Lord want that prophet to speak to you, and he may not, because like I said, you got individuals that know where the Israelites at, and that know that they're Israelites, but they don't want they don't want to come to the camp and be edified or watch videos. So when shit hit the fan and that man run into a prophet, hey, the Lord gonna have that prophet shut the fuck up, but he ain't gonna say shit. He's just gonna be quiet. He might look at you stupid, but that's gonna be the Lord that's doing that. That ain't that individual, that brother that's doing that. Because if it was up to him, yeah, he would want you to get the word. But that the Lord is what's controlling that brother that's doing that. So I want to do a video on this, because like I said, man, this is what's about to happen, man. YouTube is about to get ready to shut down. These other platforms, these large platforms, are about to get ready to shut down. All right, and not only that, man, like I was saying, a lot of people make money. Hey, a lot of people make money. A lot of people work for YouTube, man. So the Lord gonna get a lot of people uncomfortable when this shit shut down, man. Because a lot of people use YouTube and these other platforms. Social media do get done away with, man. Hey, it's gonna be over with. Niggas ain't gonna have nothing. That's when niggas gonna be really trying to search what's going on, when these platforms be done away. Because right now, they got entertainment in front of them. But when the entertainment is taken away, that's when niggas start to search. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm gonna close it with giving our praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and who are the true leaders of Israel today. Stop well, apostles on down. Double honor to the head and the elder, the other man in Israel camp, the Chazak, whom I teach under down here in Greenville, South Carolina. And shalom to you, Akim. Shalom.